Yes, I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think we're live.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is awkward. Tell me if it's live, Eric. Did it work? Let me. Oh man, I got fingerprints on this. Welcome to Vlog Thursday episode. Is it 94?
Yes, 94.
94. All right. Audio works. Hello. I got a hi from David.
Everybody.
First from David. Hello first. Hi from London.
I like.
First. Hi from London.
I like.
Do we like London?
I like London.
Hi from Corey. London in France.
I see underpants.
Anyways, we are live today, and I'm wandering around the office with my cell phone because I can't stay here very long. I have no idea how long it's going to last from leaving here till it breaks, but I'm actually going to try and leave here on this.
Okay.
That would be,
Matt?
yeah, I wonder if that'll work.
Are you on the Wi-Fi now?
I'm on the Wi-Fi now.
You think it'll auto fail over to 4G?
I think it'll fail over to 4G. We have failover support with phones. Think about that. We got some beef jerky
but
here
does
today.
your business have failover support?
The business needs some. Hi from Seattle. Awesome. What is this stuff called? What is the?
Nitromethane ass kicker.
This is the nitromethane ass kicker beef jerky, because we can't just have normal hot or extra hot beef jerky. We got to have nitromethane ass kicker.
Red pepper, habanero powder.
Habanero powder.
Lots of habanero.
Lots of habanero powder. I haven't done a hot sauce video in a while. We definitely have one coming because we just actually did. If you follow me on other social media places like Facebook, we just posted a Facebook video and we ate some hot challenges with some friends. Those videos, I don't know how they fit into my channel all the time, so I'm always trying to figure out how to post them on there. When am I doing a secure SSH video? Soon. I did mention before, we have Jay, who's done a great video on SSH. Jay has Learn Linux TV. I did a co-opted video with him. He's done a great tutorial on SSH. I'll do some other best practice stuff over here. Eric's, because I can't see messages, Eric is over here and hopefully going to answer messages for people if I can. I'm trying to read them all, but if I miss them, he'll holler them back to me. We've been just way busier than usual. We got Steve fixing, I don't know. What are you fixing? All right.
Custom built, turns on, turns off.
Beef jerky.
Yeah, beef jerky and computers over here. We've had just, you know, we don't even advertise the retail store at all anymore. And we actually, pretty much 2018 has not been advertising the retail store. It's been nonstop for us. Just absolutely, people keep coming in. Oh, look, and another custom gaming computer's coming in. I'm not going to put customers on live streams. So I'm going to wander around back over here. So let me walk back over here. Securing private keys would be a great video. I will be talking about that because apparently that's reactivate my Windows 10, delete it, install Linux. Is that the best way to activate Windows 10?
For you, yes.
For me, yes. Okay.
For the average user, maybe not.
That is a problem. So this is Kyle's area, and he's also enjoying beef jerky. One of our clients is next to the beef jerky.
I just got off the phone. I've been dying for beef jerky.
He's been dying for beef jerky. He's been on support calls all day, so he's been dying for the beef jerky. What we have going on too, let me go over here, kind of bouncing around before I have to leave to go to another event. I have been doing so many events and speaking engagements. It's been really a, yeah. Linux 4K, a high DPI sucks probably. We have another pile. This is just another job going in, another Unifi job, and these are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 48 port switches that are going in. This job is a new building, which is great. As soon as you buy me tickets, I'll fly to Tokyo. I see someone ask when I'm coming out there. The good news is this other job, I may actually be able to film what we do there because it's a brand new building. And with a brand new building means there's no employees and privacy concerns. You know, because like Corey just finished a, hey, awesome, thanks on the 10G switch video. Here, that video is so fresh. The switch is still warm. We just reassembled it, and it's right here. Here's the camera. If you ever look at the other side of my studio, I'm going to do a studio tour soon. But back to, I'm going to be able to film at this location because an example is going to be Corey just finished another job at a bank. You know what you can't do at a bank is bring a camera and wander around showing the equipment he's hooking up at a bank. And this is the problem with a lot of our clients between medical and everything else that they do. It's just not always feasible for me to film everything everywhere. As much as I want to, I know you love the videos being on site. I would love to strap a camera to my head, but the privacy concerns alone would just, it eats us up a little bit. Hooking up a 10G to the QNAP switch Looking at the 10G or the QNAP. I have not directly reviewed the QNAP, but man, I really like this Unifi. Having been testing with it and having used it at clients, just it's a great setup. So I did look the QNAP switch, at least the one I seen briefly. No technical details. I noticed it was sharing ports, and I thought, well, I kind of like dedicated ports like they have on the Unifi. Secondly, because the Unifi is already a platform we're using, it integrates well into all the other switching fabric we have here at our office, and when we set these up at clients. So all the VLANs and everything else, even though it's 10 gig, they just work like magic. So there's not any real thought that has to go into provisioning and planning. It just matches our network, and once again, once you scale out with switches and start having more and more of them around your office, having one central platform to manage those switches makes your life a little bit easier. Computers seeming like 30-second delay. Probably is a 30-second delay. Doesn't surprise me at all. Definitely an issue. Hey, while I'm here, you want to see the other side of the studio? So we usually stare at this side. This is the view you guys usually have of Vlog Thursday. This is what we look at. We look at the orange wall. So, and there's our studio camera. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to respond right away when I'm streaming from a phone. It is not easy because the messages disappear very quickly. What do I think about the end of life on a Square Ubiquity AP? It's old. I mean, the company supports these things for a long time. Let me point something real quick. Above my head here is a 5-year-old access point that still gets updates. Thank you, Unifi, for supporting a product for 5 years. That's actually quite a while. So, yeah, that's definitely a great thing there. Just set up DNS over TLS native PF sensitive for without needing to, so editing checkboxes, Cloudflare, so you can go update that video. Yes, there's a couple things that need to be updated since the new PF sense, so for sure. Hey, awesome, love it, and thank you very much for the, thank you very much, because I do love helping all the community. There's some bigger projects. That we're going to be talking about sharing. Me and some friends are building a hackerspace. Details to come, but we have an idea, and that's all we have is ideas and a building in a house and a hackerspace in Detroit where we might be working on. So there's hopefully some stuff coming in, or we just don't have anything to share right now, but I do. If you've heard me mention it, DC 313 is a project we're doing here local, and we're going to be doing more and more talks about how we're going to help community, and that'll be stuff that's completely video. We have some ideas to provide wireless to areas of Detroit that don't really have it. So there's all kinds of fun stuff we're going to be doing. So that's definitely hackerspace stuff, near and dear to my heart. It comes directly related to this channel. I love sharing knowledge and helping people out. So, hey, Willie's here. Awesome. And yes, definitely great to hear from Willie. I had to turn my phone off there. Quick tour of the studio. So this is our camera that we film most of Vlog Thursdays. It's a Canon Mark II C100 cinema camera. If you're a camera geek with XLR inputs and fanciness, we run the cables over our head like this and over here because something Tom hates is cables everywhere. So you notice the camera's over here, but all the cables plug into the wall because we wall fished all the cables. So they actually come back out over here to the TV and everything else. So kind of an idea is the studio is pretty clean. I'm gonna do a detailed studio thing here. Sorry if the voice got loud. Unfortunately, I didn't mute my phone before this started. That was my bad. Let me see if there's still customers in here. So hold on. Hi.
I'm going on vacation.
All right, there's still customers in the front of the store. As soon as they leave, I want to go sit down. I don't want to wander around and give you guys like dizziness. So Steve's the guy we want to talk to.
No, we don't.
Because Steve's exhausted because corporate idiots. Is that what we wanted to call today? We didn't call it corporate idiots. We really wanted to say corporate idiots. The first way I know you're an IT guy that's an idiot is when you say, "Oh, I work for a corporate. I work in corporate, therefore I must be smart." No.
I enabled the printer on port 9100. I can't see it when I do trace route.
Yes.
Well, that's ICMP. That's not TCP 9100, like I told you.
Yes. The guy kept trying to trace route to port 9100, not Telnet like he told him. Now, what was this guy's title at the company?
I don't remember.
It was something very, very technical, a long title. And we looked him up on LinkedIn. We're like, how does this guy have this title? He has no idea what he's doing. He couldn't understand VPNs. And we've been pulling our hair out with this company. So this involvement is because of a partnership that one of our transportation clients have with one of their providers that broker freight to them. It's a disaster. These IT people could be the largest group of idiots we've ever dealt with. And I mean, I've dealt with end users who are less painful. And I understand end users not knowing, but these guys all have titles.
Well, they got a guy in Seattle, and he's like, well, let me get the other guy in on the call. And I'm like, I'd rather you not. I'm less than thrilled with him right now.
Yeah. So
Because he told the client, I'm not responsive. I pulled the phone logs. Said, here's all the times he's
Yes.
tried to reach out to me, all one phone call. And there's my call back 2 hours later because I was out of the office.
For those of you that don't know, we have free PBX. We run our own free PBX system. We have all the logs. So if you called me, I know I have a listing. If I called you, we know we have a listing. So Steve, being a smartass, went and screenshotted
petty.
it. He was petty. He has my thumbs up for being petty when we get called out. And our client's like, look, we know you guys respond. And
Yeah, she said that today. Like, she goes, I read that, and she's like, I know they were lying.
we know they're lying right away. You guys respond. Like, and anyone who knows us, I reply to emails, reply to clients. Like, this is not a problem for us. So, yeah, always keep your logs and not be afraid to screenshot. I mean, Steve's like, this seems petty, but it's definitely getting emailed. I'm like, oh yeah, I know we responded. We CC them every reply. The general reply time is what, about 7 days from the other company?
No, 30.
Sometimes longer, yeah.
Oh, even the client acknowledges when they ask something, it's 30 days.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Like, yeah, it is just could I make a free PBX setup? I have a video on free PBX setup. It is on my channel. I walk you through from start to finish on it. Me and Chris from Crosstalk.
Can I go now?
Oh, you're done. Steve's got to go back. So one of the reasons we're here late is because we working out of state, and Steve's got some California work to go do now. And more beef jerky. And we got Brett here.
One black pepper.
Oh, yeah.
One's nitromethane ass kicker.
Nitromethane. Hey, what do you do? Is this like
We got,
live vlog?
yeah, we got 139 people.
Hey there, everybody. How's it going?
See, hold on. Thanks for your videos. Discovered a week when searching for PF Sense videos. Port network. Awesome. I'm glad I was able to help you out with that. Yeah, me and Brett are going to go hang out at a business event next.
Yes, we are.
That's why I'm wandering around on a phone. And me and Brett are going to be we've done a few business videos. If you look at my business playlist, you'll see me and him and some other stuff where we've talked about on all this. So, hold on.
What was that?
So,
A random question.
more interested in reaching out to noob or enthusiasts with your tutorials or anything else on your channel? I just like sharing knowledge, and it's very broad. So I have some basic Windows stuff that I've done videos on. I have a bunch of start to finish PF Sense firewall tutorials that will not appeal to people who are probably running Windows. And then this guy doesn't know what a firewall is. We got an idea.
No, I know what a firewall is. I actually called you about one today.
Yeah, he did. Actually, I got him to plug things in over the phone. But
Yeah.
we cover business video topics. So I cover just topics that I'm passionate about. I don't necessarily, I have a tech enthusiast audience and a business enthusiast audience. So it's just all the different things that I do. I'm just sharing all my passions. So I'm sharing where my passions are. You won't find videos about cars on here because I'm not real passionate about cars.
But motorcycles, maybe.
Maybe motorcycles. People have asked.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of motorcycles, and I think in my last vlog I was drinking and I wandered around to my motorcycles in my garage. So
There's nothing wrong with the motorcycles, It's,
no,
it's a
nothing
good
wrong with
thing.
them. Yeah. So most of this channel is more focused on sharing my business knowledge and tech knowledge. Is kind of my bigger focus on here. One, I want to be able to make you a better technician, and I want to be able to make you have reviews of technology, because there's a lot of gaps. And why should I just take my time to take something apart and learn how it works? Why not share it with everybody else? So that's a lot of the driving force for that. Brett, if you want to die, can you read that for me? This is the.
Okay, so
We shared this already. It's nitro.
So for all my professional friends out there, I'm looking at, I'm reading it. It
Yeah.
says nitromethane ass kicker.
So Brett's gonna see if he can handle on that right there.
Holy cow! I don't know. I'm gonna
This is
cut a
yours.
piece.
So-
I'm gonna cut a piece here, and I don't know if I'm gonna try to handle the whole thing. Where's the knives?
The knives would be, or scissors. The scissors are right here.
All right, there we
We
go.
use scissors to cut them. All right. Brett's gonna go try the nitromethane ass kicker. Oh, let's see. I think in generally speaking, sharing knowledge is just important. Customers in here?
No.
All right, they all left.
That's why I'm loud again.
That's why Steve's loud again. Anyways, just generally speaking, my passion isn't sharing a lot of the stuff. Like I started to say before Brett grabbed the beef jerky, is if I take the time to learn something, I like to share it with others. And I found some big gaps in a lot of enterprise or even mid-level and home lab people. And on reviewing that, like you just can't always find good information. So I was like, well, why not put it all together? If there's a market gap, why not fill it? There's definitely a demand for it, as I proved by I've got almost 40,000 people on here. So yeah, that's
Set.
really been an exciting thing to do. And here's the thing, I have people argue about this. Someone said, oh, you're just a home labber or something stupid like that. And I'm like, you really don't understand what I'm doing. And this is an example. I had a guy, a friend of mine, and he learned from my videos, XCPNG, and he's like, wow, this is really neat. And by the way, his day job is working in corporate IT for a big company, very big company, with offices all over the place. Within only a few months of him playing with it, he is now migrated. So it started it in his home lab, that he does have a home lab where he builds out and tests things. It is now expanded to him replacing all these servers at a very high level with XCPNG. I just met with another client who's also looking at it, and it's because of my videos. He's been playing with it in his home lab, and he's responsible for 17 very large locations and a couple data centers. And his budget is quite big to be able to do all this. Once again, they're going, hey, we kind of like this whole XCPNG. So what I do scales. That's part of the thing I want to make sure everyone knows. What I'm doing is not just for, I want to be able to support people who are just learning and getting starting out, but it's also, this is a curiosity, because they're sitting there going, I'm sick of hearing from a sales guy, because every sales guy blows smoke up your butt. This is the greatest product ever. We have the best idea ever. And that doesn't help. But I've run the same problem myself. My reviews of SolarWinds are not because SolarWinds gives me anything. I pay for the service and tell you how it works. Because the sales rep for every one of the RMM tools I've ever done told me his was the best. Well, they can't all be right. So some testing needs to be done and some honesty needs to be done. I'll be doing pretty soon a rack review. This is getting rewired this weekend. So let me go back here in the back office. Let's see. Whoops. IPTV, not a lot. And the other, related to this, the other thing that's important to me is that I want to see more and more people getting into technology. We need more people in tech. There's enough. Too many people think they're scared of it. I'm like, I've got so many good stories of people that even when they were 30 years old, we're not talking like young, we're talking like they were already into one career and did a complete career change based on tech. They go, man, I discovered I was really good at it. One of my friends who went from a psychology degree to a Python programmer in a matter of a couple years to leading an entire team of Python programmers and traveling and doing all this stuff. And she's like, this is amazing. I never knew I was good at it. I picked it up and go, wow, look at this. So it's really interesting. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. But we installed Let's Encrypt on our servers. Let's see. We've been adding more and more stickers to the pile here. We're going to be doing a tour soon of what's inside this. Ooh. Yes, a Susie sticker. There's all the way down to the bottom here with all of them, and then the big JBOD of stuff here. Lots of things, lots of stickers. Stickers are important. So, yes, I'll be putting my rack. We're going to be re-railing this rack, too, man. This rack's going to get railed, and we got more stuff going in here, so... I don't do anything with Alienware, sorry. Yeah, it does look like a fridge. This is actually, if anyone wants to know where this came from, this whole rack was in a phone system. And this company came out with an IP phone system back in like the early 2098, like the earliest days of it. They were their name eludes me because I peeled it off. Their name used to be up here under the plastic, and I peeled it off. But we got this rack for like $50 because they had oodles of them. The company had a great idea but couldn't. It was so early in the game; they were ahead of the curve for building these. So these were custom-built frames with an entire data center they built out here in Michigan to build out a new IP phone company, but they didn't have a real solid plan. And of course, IP phones 18 years ago, people were like, "Huh, what's?" And the whole company tanked, and all their gear went up for nothing. And we picked it all up. I've had this cage this long. Now the thing that I will only briefly show you, because it's a little embarrassing, is back here we need to do a little bit of wiring cleanup. We've shifted a lot of servers, and this weekend we're tearing this down and rebuilding it all because, well, I care about the wiring. I'm not a person who says, hey, it works, we're done. No, we take the time to redo them, re-clean them up, and actually something we're going to do we didn't do before is we're going to color code all the wiring when we do it to make sure it's even cleaner than it is now, because we didn't color code it the first time, and so now we will, make it a little bit nicer. I think that's all I have back here, but I'll be covering video because there's also like the way we have the cable chases. This is the umbilical cord, as we call it. This is a service loop for the cable, which we don't put it in the umbilical cord. And this is the umbilical cord because this has wheels and this allows the rack to move. And that way the umbilical cord can slide around. And we keep everything in the split tubing because the advantage of putting it all in the split tubing is you don't see any wires, but it's easy to. We can split it a little bit here. It's easy enough to see what's in the split tubing. So it's one of those keeping it really, really clean when we do it. Yeah, we'll do a whole video on that part of it. So we'll get all that for you. So awesome. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this up here. Brett's making some faces. I think he's dying a little inside.
I did the whole thing almost.
Isn't that good?
It's really good.
It's really hot, but it's really good. Oh, for reasons that I don't know, Corey has decorated his area with Rick and Morty. So this is Corey's area, if you ever wondered. This is where he works. Corey's the only guy here that doesn't have triple monitors. He's a dual monitor kind of guy because Corey manages all the physical contract work. So Corey is the guy who does the wiring, the cable, the stuff like that. Also, we're going to be reviewing Corey's box of tricks. I have a whole series of videos I plan on doing for doing tool reviews. I was like, I really should do these. We got an entire big part of that. So yes, I am going to be doing a video on installing Zen Orchestra. And fun fact, we're going to do me and Jay, because Jay converted from Proxmox to Zen Orchestra, and he's going to tell you why. And he's not someone who kind of lightly did this. Like, he's rebuilding all of these networks with it. He's got some reason that I don't know exactly, but he definitely will be doing that. So I don't need help with video editing. Video editing is easy. It's a video shooting is problem. That's my biggest changes or biggest trouble is getting all the videos shot. Editing, I do really quick. I do them quick because I edit it myself, but it's just it's a timing thing. I have been absolutely swamped. I have a few large-scale projects I'm working on. Some of them, a couple of them are under NDA, so I can't really do this, but they've been sucking up a lot of my time, and because I'm the one who produces the videos, that slows down the video production process. The other people are the workers get things done. But
The drones.
My drones are here. My drones are doing things like building firewalls and things like that.
Yeah, did you look at those? I asked you to look at those.
I didn't look at those. I told you if you get them installed, I can do it remotely. So, but I can look at them tomorrow morning. Okay. So, these are things that Tom didn't do because he was doing other things. But I just, Steve messaged me the details, slacked me the details, and I will make sure. Or if they're in the wiki, I'm fine.
Where they belong in the wiki.
They're where they belong in the wiki.
The only thing that has not been configured is the static address for the top one yet. Because, well,
Okay.
clearly it'll stop working here.
Yeah. All right. You just need the two talk to each other?
Yeah, just confirm. I did
okay.
the VPN setup on that. The failover's done. I did that.
Okay.
Confirm that I did the VPN right on the top one, and that the bottom one will talk to it.
Got it.
I've never done the point-to-point without the dual static addresses.
Got it. What this is right here is another project that's going out. What we do is we'll pair these and we're going to mail them to the clients pre-configured. And because we're mailing them to have them plug them in, we won't have any technical people on site because we're their outside IT and they're in Chicago, we're in Detroit. So when we mail everything, we have labels on it for them to plug it in, including the failovers. So before we mail something out, we make sure we double check everything. We have a 2-person policy of, before you mail it, you should check those settings, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to delegate to this guy to check it.
It works.
Okay.
No, not that. This.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
When USBs work, he's whatever.
Yes.
You might have replugged the.
Tools in the van video. That's what that's related to. We've been pulling all the tools out of the van, and Corey's been with the van so much doing work, and so have I. There's not been really time to do a tools in the van video, but we plan to do it. It's really harder to do. What custom PC case is that? I don't know.
Cyber Power PC
Oh, it is an iBuyPower.
or whatever. Yeah.
That one's Cyber Power. This one's iBuyPower.
This one's a CyberPower. This one's an iBuyPower.
Just brought in today.
So
Yep.
just came in today, and these are all customer stuff. That's why we flip these up so we can't see what's on it. Sorry, you can't have my customer names. I mean, it's a privacy thing. Actually, I will tell you customer that doesn't, whether you can know their name. I don't care, but I don't release private details of any customers. We care a lot about that. Anyways, I'm going to conclude Vlog Thursday here. It's been wonderful. I went 26 minutes. Me and him, he's got his jacket on. He didn't die from eating the stuff, so I'm going to conclude this here.
I'm indifferent to the world around me, my friend.
Are you indifferent? We're all indifferent now.
I'm drinking a lot of water right now is what I'm doing.
We need beer.
I lost my water bottle.
We're going to an event because networking and beer go together. Kyle, say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
All right, cool. And Kyle did a great job today. He programmed all the Unifi stuff for us today. So, woohoo! All right, awesome. More videos coming. I am, trust me, working as hard as I can. At some point, I just need to hire I need to hire probably one more person, and I'll be able to do more videos. But I like doing the work, so I can't decide. I'm torn on this, and I'm not going to waste your time while I waffle back and forth on what the hell I should do with my life. Thank you for everyone. Awesome. Yeah, Jack Daniels and networking. That's a different video. All right, thanks.